Hey guys, Tonic here. As 2023 comes to an end, I thought we could look back on all of the major updates to Fallout 76 over the past year and rank them on a tier list. So let's get right into it. So here is the tier list, and just for reference, S tier would be something like Wastelanders. I think the Wastelanders update was the best update Fallout 76 ever got, so that's an easy S tier, and from there we slowly decrease. And I'll put a link to this template down below so you can rank the updates for yourself if you'd like. But starting off back in January, we got a really small update that had a huge impact on the game. On January 24th, 2023, we got a small patch that removed legacy weapons. Now there were some other tiny bug fixes and improvements to the game, but the removal of legacies was easily the biggest part of this update, and it made a lot of people happy and a lot of players mad. It was a pretty big way to start the year, and I do have some old footage of me using legacy weapons. This is it right here. In all honesty, they were pretty OP. In this clip, I was able to take down the Queen by myself in only a minute and 41 seconds. So ranking this on the tier list, at first I wasn't sure how I felt about it. On one hand, people were definitely abusing legacies at events and stuff, and on the other hand, I had a few legacies and I spent a lot of time trading for some of them, so it did hurt to lose them. But looking back on it now, I think the game is more fun without them, and I think it was a good move in the long run, so I'll put this patch in B tier. It was a small update with a huge impact. People still talk about it to this day. If there was more with this update, I'd maybe put it higher, but it was small, so it is going in B tier. Moving on to the first major update of the year, we got the Mutation Invasion update. This was released back in February, and it added the mutated public events, some new changes to daily ops, and the Smiling Man cryptid, and lastly it brought in the Season 12 Rip Daring and the Cryptid Hunt scoreboard. I really liked that scoreboard. There were some neat rewards on there, but overall that was pretty much it with this update. There wasn't a whole lot there, especially when you compare it to some of the other major updates. But I do like mutated public events. I think that was a good addition to the game, so I'll put this one in C tier. It wasn't bad by any means, but it wasn't great. Up next we have Once in a Blue Moon. This one came out in June and added in 2 new cryptids, 2 public events, some short Blue Ridge side quests, rewards, a daily ops mutation, and the Season 13 Shoot for the Stars scoreboard. Now I really liked this update. I think my favorite part about it was the new cryptids. That was pretty cool to get some new enemies. The events are fun, the rewards were good, so I'll put this one in B tier. It was a pretty solid update. It added a good amount of stuff. I liked it all, so I think it's a solid B. Next up we have patch 46. This was the update in between Once in a Blue Moon and Atlantic City. It added in the Season 14 Fight for Your Freedom scoreboard, 2 new perk cards, Armskeeper and Stable Tools, the first donation box at Vault 76, and some bug fixes and gameplay changes. Again, this was a smaller update, but the Season 14 scoreboard was awesome. There were a lot of cool rewards on there. The donation box was neat, and some of the gameplay changes were pretty good, but there just wasn't a whole lot here, so I'm going to put this one in C tier.
Atlantic City!
Moving on to the last big update of the year, we have Atlantic City. Now this just came out on December 5th, and it's our second expedition in the game. And honestly, I really liked it. I think it was a big improvement over the Pit expedition. The missions feel a bit better, you can do them both pretty quick. The location is neat, I love the casino items like the slot machines and tables and all of that. The new scoreboard is pretty good, the lore is neat, so I really like this expedition. Now this is just part 1 of the update. Part 2 will have another mission and some quests in Atlantic City, so I'm stoked for that. But when it comes to ranking this, I'm going to put this in A tier. I like it more than the Pit. I think they did a pretty good job with it. It added in a ton of new stuff, and I'm still not burnt out on it. When the Pit came out, I was so tired of doing those missions after just a few runs, but I'm still having fun with Atlantic City. That just about covers every major update that we got this year. Looking back on the rankings, I think it was a decent year for the game. There were no updates that I hated. There were also no S tier updates, but I am hopeful for next year. Part 2 of Atlantic City sounds great, and that map expansion sounds really cool, so I'm looking forward to next year. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video, so I would like to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of the channel members: Ed Vale, Joe Pervincente, Turkey Maker, Ubi, Terry Lockridge, Radcon, Ice Cream Manny, Jays the Aussie, I Am Mr. Me Not You, Dr. Calamari, Argent Deer, Shaky Hands Workshop, Leo the Collector Plays, Loopy, Adam Steinson, Robert Kennard, CRM114, Theodore, Slappy Sauce, Omniprotus, Victrix, Axel, Kevin W, Anna S, Fallout McFly, Network Gate, Golty, Lanthar, Captain Awesome, Heather Henderson, Patrick Ruda, 20th Ice Fire, Bowser Double Frank, Christy Mellon Schwitz. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and have a great day.